Oh, dude, that's bright as hell.
And you sat down literally when
right.
the
Hold on.
countdown timer stopped. Perfect timing. We've been on here for a half hour, and Jerry is just now setting up.
We'll fix that. Just like that. Yeah, I don't know. That light's broke.
And
It's
just
old.
like that. Let's throw a
What's going on, Jay?
nothing.
Who's
Just
in here? We got anybody in there yet? Where's Dwayne?
I
I
gotta
saw Dwayne was coming.
pull the comments up here. Man, we have hardly any viewers tonight. You know what? We probably because we don't do this anymore.
There he is.
Yo.
I knew Dwayne would be here.
So I had to follow the news story that Dwayne posted. The headline makes it sound like we might have picked up radio signals from aliens, and it's just from hydrogen atoms. So
John,
nothing
how
to
you
do with
doing?
photography. Mr. Thomas.
Really? So I got sent an article a little bit ago that they found like
Elvis?
1,200 bones in the basement of Benjamin Franklin's home.
No
And
way.
a bunch of them were kids.
No, really?
That's what they say. Yeah, they said he lived at some house in England. Like he would go back and forth, and it was in the basement. There was a dirt floor, and there was like a trap door under the dirt floor. And when they opened it up, they found a bunch of bones down there.
It sounds crazy. I don't know. I'll
It
wait
was
till
Joe
that.
Rogan. Joe Rogan was talking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, but I don't know. I guess I have to figure out where the heck to find that news story at. That's crazy.
Right.
Wouldn't surprise me. I guess nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah, man, they're Illuminati, man. They had to sacrifice them kids, man, for the greater of America. God damn it.
It's nuts. Oh man. So some stuff to talk about for tonight. Jerry's going to talk about something he's
I'm
looking
gonna
at.
talk about my grain in my video.
Your grainy videos. Mine.
It looks like I'm shooting Fuji.
There you go. I thought about that. I could use the X100F as a webcam.
Yes, you can.
Man, I'll have to do that one night. I think I'm gonna do the next show we do. I think I'm gonna set that up and have it in like one of the film simulations I use and see how that looks for video. It'd kind of be cool, actually.
Right.
So I know, did you and I do a show in black and white or just Mike and I?
No, we did one in black and white.
Yeah, see, that's fun.
We did the I forgot what it was.
It was the black and white episode.
No, I don't remember what cameras we used. I think we used. Yeah, I don't remember.
It was Olympus camera. It was probably OMD's.
I'm sure.
For sure, but no. So let's talk about let's talk about what you're looking at for a camera, because honestly, probably it's not super well known. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard of them, but people don't know much about them probably. So why don't you talk about what you're looking at?
So, as you guys know, or maybe some of you guys know, I had a X100V. Then I had the opportunity to go medium format, and I had to sell the X100V to help pay for this medium format camera. And then that fell through and I couldn't get the camera. So now I'm stuck with no travel camera. So I just been sitting, waiting and researching, and I was going to pull the trigger on another X100V. And then I started looking at the Ricoh cameras. And at first I was like, they're, no viewfinder, and they look cheap, and they're pretty expensive for what they are. But once I started doing more research, and then I watched, I got a couple hours into YouTube videos, and image quality is pretty good, man. It's an APS-C sensor, so
yep.
There's a couple things that worry me a little bit. Or I'm not gonna say worry me, worry other people. Battery life is horrible. They say, depending who you talk to, 200 to 300 shots.
But the battery's probably really small, right? So
it's a tiny battery.
So you can put some in your pocket.
Right, for sure. And if you, I don't take. We went out the other day and I took maybe 20 pictures.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So when I shoot street shit, I watch and I'm careful on what I shoot. But so I've been looking at one of those. It's like I said, it's so they got two versions now. They have the original GR3, which is a 28 millimeter, and so it's a fixed lens.
Yep.
There's no viewfinder. It does have image stabilization, which is nice because the
Yeah.
Fuji don't.
Yep.
It's got a built-in ND filter. Um, it has this thing called snap focus, so you can set a predetermined focal length, like 1 meter, 1.5
Okay.
meters, 2 meters.
Yep.
And I think Dwayne's got one. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it goes up to 10 meters.
Okay.
And then you just when whatever you have it set at, you just full press the shutter button
Nice.
and it pre-focuses to that distance and takes the picture.
Nice.
So that's good for like just picking up shooting
That'd
and
be good
going.
for street for sure.
Right. And it's a street camera is
Yeah.
what it is. But I like it because it's half the size of your cell phone
Right.
and it'll fit in your front pocket. And I travel a lot for work, so that'll come in handy.
Yeah.
And so I've been looking at that. But they make two versions. As I was saying, they make the 28 mil and a 40 mil, which is new.
Yep.
So
So
I've
what does the 40 millimeter come out to like in full frame equivalent? Because the 28 is like a 35.
no, it's a 26. I think it's a 26 millimeter, which equals like a 39 point something or
Okay, gotcha.
so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think the 28 mil is like a 18 or something like that. 16 that on full frame equivalent is 28.
Gotcha.
So I just been looking at those and I've been debating. They're expensive for what they are, man. Them things are $1,000.
Yeah, which is interesting because there's no viewfinder, right? So
There's no viewfinder, which I'm fine with that. I shoot with my phone, so
Dwayne says a lot of his favorite images are from
it's
the Ricoh GR.
So I was a little, suspect in the beginning because I'm like, this camera looks like honestly a cheap ass toy.
Yeah.
But then it's hard to tell what not everybody knows how to shoot. You know what I mean? So like I'm looking at a lot of photos and they look like ass. And I'm like, fuck. So I reached out to a dude on Instagram that I heard. So I follow I talked to a few guys out of the other side of the state, and one of them was telling me, hey, this dude right here shoots a GR3, reach out to him. So me and him been going back and forth, and he sent me some pictures that he took with it, and
nice.
They look good. So I'm like, okay. I think you got to know it's hard. I got on Flickr and looked at what I could on there, and there's even a lot of trash images on Flickr. So I'm like, shit,
sure.
Like it's hard to know what you can do with this thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I joined the Ricoh,
Facebook group
pages or groups, and
yep.
And there's some good. I think the quality is good, man. So
yeah, that's tricky, when you're looking to get something like that because there's not as many of them out there. It's not like a Sony or an Olympus, where there's a million people with them. It's easy to find good photos. With the Ricoh, it's a handful of people, and like you said, there's always going to be a chunk of them that really aren't sure what they're doing, So, but yeah, I watched several YouTube videos on it. It looks cool for sure.
It does. It looks cool.
It's tiny.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy one of those. I'll probably buy the 40 mil. I'll probably buy the 40 mil. They should be coming out with a GR4 pretty soon. I think it's been 3 years since they launched the GR3.
Gotcha.
So I think I'm gonna buy the 40 mil now, and then I'll wait till they release the next one, the 4, which will probably be another 28 mil, and then maybe I'll pull the trigger on that one and just have both of them.
Yeah. No, looks cool. You're gonna miss film simulations and all that kind of stuff.
It has some film simulations in them.
Oh, nice.
They have a couple. They have, I think they have more black and white.
Okay.
Simulations, but they do have a handful of color ones, and they just released a firmware update today, I think, or yesterday.
Okay.
And some guys in the group were showing off the new film sim. It looks good, man.
Sweet.
It looks good. It reminds me of like classic Chrome or classic Neg.
Now, is it hard to get those like it is the X100? Because I know I just jumped on the other day just for giggles to see you can't get the X100V hardly at all. And then so I looked to see what the X100Fs are
No, I think
selling
you can
for.
buy these. No, you can buy these. Everybody's got them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not selling out of those things.
I didn't know. I mean, so many people.
Yeah, I did watch a couple videos where guys had ordered X100Vs,
Yeah.
got tired of waiting,
Yeah.
went and bought Ricos,
That's what
and
I'm saying.
one of them said once his X100V came, he sent it back and kept the Rico. So I did see a couple videos where they were buying them because they got tired of waiting. So, but everywhere I checked, I'm just trying to find a better deal on one right now. I was even on eBay looking at used ones. That's a lot of money for a camera it's lacking a few things, but
yeah, they're pretty easy to get on Amazon. Like I can get one that'll show up tomorrow. So they have them. 6 left in stock of the Urban Edition.
so that's cool. I like the Diary Edition. Look up that one. It looks kind of like that Ghost Leica. It's tan and a cream color and gray, I think.
No.
Looks pretty cool.
Can't get that on Amazon apparently.
No,
Not everything's on
I don't
Amazon.
think it's out yet. I think they might be. I think a few people have them, but I don't think it's been released yet.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. It's definitely got that. Well, it's got a cool finish to it. It's not just that it's gray. It's like
right
stone.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Yeah, for sure. So Dwayne's just saying, keep it as clean as you can. Dust on the sensor is a major issue, and check into the rear dial fault.
We're used to it.
Yeah, but with the Sony, you can clean the sensor. With this one, you have to take the whole camera apart.
Yep. Yeah, they say careful putting it in your pocket, but I mean,
which sucks because that's exactly what you want to do with it. That's the whole point of you getting it, is to stick it in your pocket. So maybe wait till the GR4 comes out. Maybe they'll have that issue.
So Dwayne, do you have any dust on your sensor? Because I see videos where some people say it's a problem, and then I see other videos where people are saying that's bullshit. It's not as bad as people are making it sound.
Yeah. That's an APS-C, John. APS-C in that tiny little camera.
Yeah.
The camera's so small, it looks like it should have like smaller than Micro Four Thirds, like a 1 inch. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy that it's got image stabilization. Is it?
Yep.
Is it mechanical or okay? Then it is. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's wild that they can fit it in there.
Yep, it's got 3 axis. It's got, like I said, an ND filter. It's got some image, some film sims.
That's cool.
It's got the snap focus. Cool. They do make some. I have on other models. This one, I'm lucky so far. Yeah, I wonder if they get maybe a little better each iteration, or I don't know.
I'm trying to remember on what other cameras I've seen snap focus on other cameras. So you could do it on the X100V. No, it seems like
I don't know if I would use that. I don't know, because you gotta.
Well, it makes it easy because like let's say that you're doing street photography and you have it set to 10 meters, so like 30 feet out.
Right.
Normally you'd have to like point your camera at the person and let it lock. Well, that's probably just how your head would work, because you're gonna want to shoot the person, so you're gonna have to point your camera at the person, let it hope it grabs them.
Right.
This way, it doesn't need a thing in the distance to snap to that distance. It's just going to know this is how far the lens goes. And you just let the person walk into the frame.
Right. But what if it's focused to 10 feet and they walk and then they're 9 feet? Is it out of focus?
Well, yeah, because you're stuck on that focal plane.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess you would have to get used to it. You would have to use it a bunch and get used to it, because I don't think I could shoot that way.
Because I know if you look at like a lot of street photographers, they probably do stuff like this, because I see tons of photos where people will post up in a cool spot and wait for the right person to walk into the frame. Right. And for something like that.
And them guys are probably shooting film, and they're probably got their cameras racked out to infinity, and what is it, like 2 feet and beyond or some shit? So
maybe. Hard to say.
I think that's what it is. So I mean, I don't know. I would have to play with it and get used to it, I guess.
Yeah. It'd be another camera, different menu system.
Yep.
All the different.
But you know what, dude? We went to Chicago a few weeks ago. Me and Mike Norris. And we got out of the car and we started walking down the street. And I was like, hold on, I'm going to put my camera back in the car. I don't want to carry this shit around downtown. I put my camera back in the car and shot with my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't want to carry a big ass camera around.
Right. Yeah.
So, well,
So John's asking about aperture.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Full manual controls on everything.
Yep.
It's just like a regular camera, but tiny.
The only thing it doesn't have is the flash, but I did see a cool third party flash that goes in the hot shoe, right?
Yeah.
So it slides in and then it comes off of the part that slides in,
Yeah.
and you can hold it and use it as an off-camera flash.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it clicks back in and you can have it back on your camera. That would be cool for night stuff.
Sweet. Have you seen that retro flash from Godox?
Yeah, that one that looks like a
Like
fucking
a 50s flash.
Peter Parker flash.
Yeah. It definitely would get attention if you're out doing street shooting and asked to take someone's portrait and you had that on your camera.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would probably...
They probably think you're trying to steal their soul or something.
They might think you're a time traveler from the 50s. I guess that's not a time traveler if you traveled forward from... Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. You went forward in time.
Well, I guess if you came from the 50s and you were our age, then yeah, you're a time traveler.
Right.
But anyways, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if you pick that up. I'm kind of curious to see what the what some of the images you get look like coming out of that. So
yeah, I'm excited to pick that thing up.
Yeah, for sure.
So what about you, man? You bought any cameras lately?
No, I haven't bought any camera gear in a minute. I don't remember the last thing I bought camera wise. Well, no, I mean, I bought a bunch of, I bought floaty wrist straps for the tough cameras for snorkeling.
Cool. When you guys leaving?
We leave in 15 days.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That should be fun.
I'm pumped. But yeah, that's about it. I bought GoPro stuff. I bought a mount so that when I'm wearing my backpack, it's mounted right here on my chest because I'm going to record a lot of video on this trip and the Iceland trip. So I want that first person perspective, like in a lot of the videos, and I'm gonna play around with video a bit.
Right. Yeah, that'll be fun. See, I thought about doing the same thing when I get my little street camera. Slap a GoPro on and do some POV.
I'm trying to remind myself that I don't need a different drone. I'm just gonna have to make sure I get exposure right, when I'm shooting that, since how my drone doesn't shoot RAW. So I'll just have to I'll just have to put in the work to make sure I'm exposing right for the shots I take, because I'm not going to be able to push a JPEG out of that tiny sensor very far. So Dwayne has that. He has the Lux Junior, and he uses it on the GR and the X Pro too.
Oh, that's the flash I was talking about.
Yeah. No, that's the
the one.
That's
the one
I was talking about. The one you were
Oh.
talking about. Dwayne mentioned it further up. He said it's Light Picks.
Let me look at that, because I will buy that. Man, Dwayne knows everything.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Is it tiny?
No, I'm this.
The big white blob.
You can't see it. It's a magazine for a gun, and it's got a picture of Alec Baldwin on it.
Oh, geez. Of course. Wow. Yeah. So no, I haven't bought any camera gear in a while. And honestly, the next big purchase I make, I'm going to sell my iMac, and I'm getting a Mac Studio.
What is it called? Light Picks,
PIX. Yeah. No. So if anybody's looking for an iMac, I got a maxed out i9 iMac that I'll let go for a steal.
I'm saving to cart. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought about selling all my Sony shit. Selling everything, lights, flashes, strobes.
Yeah.
All of it. I don't know.
Sell it to Jason Gotti.
I don't know what I want to do. My Sony's fairly new, and I barely use it. I leave it in the car every time I go out. What up, Jay?
So, yeah, I'm going to share a couple photos.
All right.
I'm share photos from the other day. We'll do that. Oh, let's see. We want to share that. Make it full screen.
Ah, that's dope. That turned out dope.
Thank you.
I like that shadow.
That was so Jerry and I, what, last Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember what day it was.
Saturday.
So it's funny. We did this last year too. Jerry and I took off to like a little tiny town somewhere in northwest Michigan, kind of.
Just in the middle. We
Yeah,
just meet
kind
in
of.
the
It
middle.
was in the middle. It's just like a little tiny podunk town, and we met up. And I think it was last December we actually did it. And
Yeah,
it's
we
free.
never do it when it's warm.
No, I know it's so, but it was still fun. At least we had good weather for this one. It was comfortable. It wasn't like dying, but
Right,
I just showed up with my X100F, and Jerry walked around with my XE3, and that reminds me, I still need to set my XE3 back up to be able to shoot with no lens attached. So you could have used that manual focus lens that I bought from Dwayne.
right.
But anyway, so Jerry and I just walked around. It's kind of fun. It's kind of become our thing lately. I think like the last 3 times, dude, we went and shot. We went to like small towns and met up.
Yep.
We met up that one time when it was cold out, and then we met up when you had Jared with you in another small town, and then this time we met up in another small town. So, but it was fun to just walk around and shoot with that Fuji more. I'm getting super comfortable shooting with that Fuji and starting to know what to expect with it. Now, the downside with that is that I don't know what in the hell all my simulations are based off of. I start with like, I went to like Fuji Weekly and looked at recipes that I liked the look of, and then just kind of tweaked them myself to like how I like them.
Yeah.
So, but what's bad is like, I can't tell you like what this is based off of. I think it's classic chrome.
Oh yeah.
But I am not certain like what all the adjustments were. But anyways, yeah, it was just fun to just walk around and just take these random photos in this little small town. This was a laundromat, and it just kind of stood out to me because there's like a million vents on the roof of this building, and I liked the color palette. Just the way it rendered on that film simulation was kind of cool. And then the next one, it's hard to not shoot one of these signs. I just wish it would have been a little bit darker outside. It was like the middle of the day when Jerry and I were there shooting. And yeah, it's just kind of fun. Again, a custom, film simulation, if you want to call it a film simulation, again, based on the classic chrome. And you can tell in this, I've definitely desaturated the reds on that film simulation. And then actually the blue is scaled back a little bit as well, kind of to flatten it out a little bit. I hate to use the word filmic, but that's kind of the goal, is give it like an old film look. And the next one, so this town, whoever their garbage service is, all the garbage cans, the little rollaways, they're that crazy green.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know, I kind of like seeing them all over town. They're so funky, but just like the storefront of this building, and I loved that pop of green. Everything else is pretty boring, as far as the color palette goes, but that green really popped. And again, this is a different classic chrome simulation as well. I kind of bounced around between all the different simulations that I've made for that Fuji when we were out walking. And this is just another take on that, another riff on it. And again, just the random crap. I don't know. It's just fun to shoot weird, random stuff. I don't know why I'm so drawn to stuff like this. And it's fun because the post is bent. It's crooked because it's definitely been backed into at least once or twice by cars. But I don't know. I'm fascinated by this stuff. Like, why is that there? Why is it just like that? Like, it doesn't service anything. There's no live wires anywhere in that. All that stuff is capped off and dead. Take it down. It's ugly, but I'm glad I got a photo of it. So this, I didn't take this photo. This is kind of like maybe our next topic. Do you want to talk about this next while I got this crap up, or do you want to jump into it later?
It don't matter to me.
Don't matter to you. All right. So like on the last show, we talked about AI, and we just kind of showed some of the things that you can do with it. And it's funny because since our last show, it feels like forever ago, but in terms of like technological advances, I think it was forever ago. So I've been still playing around with Midjourney enough into Midjourney now to where I've kind of paid for like their middle tier subscription for like a whole year, and started doing things with it, just making just art for like an Etsy store and stuff like that. But then also kind of experimenting around with doing like logos and branding and stuff like that. And I've got a trip coming up to Iceland in May, and I kind of want to get like a rebrand of like my photography. I've got a cool logo that I've been using for, man, I don't even know, like 5 years, 6 years. And I just kind of want to give it a little bit of a refresh. So I just jumped into Midjourney and just typed in retro themed photographers logo. And then I use a few other like keywords to keep it like, flat. So it's not like a 3D art piece or whatever, something that could be printed out or put on a shirt or sticker and look good. So I just kind of cycled through and just make logos. And they need work, they need refinements. Like the edges on the left hand side of this right here, you can see that it's all jagged, whereas on the right it's nice and clean. So Midjourney does a good job of getting you, like, I'm going to say 90% of the way there. And you just kind of have to jump in and tweak things a little bit for yourself. This logo had a bunch of weird like flourishes and embellishments kind of through this area between my name and the established date, and then a couple of little emblems above these, I don't know, like sprigs of wheat or whatever they are that are red right there. And then it had some weird junk in the middle right through that aperture blade. So, again, nothing's going to come out of here. This isn't going to, it's part of the conversation is this is going to put photographers out of work and graphic artists out of work and stuff like that. And I don't think it's going to do any of that. I think it's just going to be another tool you can use to speed up your process. So, I mean, the time that it would take to do this yourself, I mean, if you're super efficient in like in Illustrator or something, and you wanted to make this, you could probably, I'm just guessing because I suck at Illustrator, but I think in Illustrator, you could probably do this in 45 minutes or an hour, if you're good at it. And if you're crappy at it, you can spend half the day doing it. But this literally was less than 1 minute for it to render the basic design. And all I did was just clear out the middle of this banner at the top and put in a font in Photoshop, and just kind of give it a little bit of an arc to it, and then down here at the bottom, the established 2007, there was some other thing down here that I just circled around it and filled it with the surrounding color and then just put that text in, and then it was done. So, I mean, 30 seconds in Midjourney minus the 5 seconds of typing in a prompt or whatever, and then probably 5 minutes in Photoshop. And so in less than 10 minutes, I think, a pretty cool finished logo design.
Oh, yeah, it would have took somebody hours to draw that.
For sure. There's no doubt, and again, same with this, it would have been a lot of work in Illustrator to do it. And I think I'm not done with it because again, like I said, got jagged lines on the right side. I just have to basically refine the edges on all this, and it's pretty much mostly done and ready to go like on a shirt or something. And
it's ready for print.
Yeah. And I think I would have, like a grand total of, I don't know, when I'm done doing my work on it, 10 minutes of work on it, maybe.
Plus, can't be mad at that.
No, for sure not, and that's just another example of what AI can do. I'll make this like a far stretch to help photographers, right? If you need branding or logo, you can jump on Midjourney and do like the free trial. And with, I don't know how many you get for the free trial, like 25 or something like that renders.
Yeah.
This was my second round of renders to get those. So, I mean, for free, you could whip up a logo. Yeah, it's going to put somebody on Fiverr out of work, maybe, I guess, but save you a little bit of money and a little bit of headache, and with some basic Photoshop skills, which most photographers, I'm sure, have those. So,
right.
But yeah, it's kind of fun.
That it is.
Yes, it is.
I agree.
So I'm kind of curious about another thing too. So, right now my lens setup for the Sony, as far as my Tamron lenses go, I've got that 17 to 28, 28 to 75, and then whatever the other one is, like 75 to 180. Yeah. I'm curious if anybody watching has much experience with like an all-in-one. So like Olympus had the 12 to 100, which is a freaking fabulous lens. And I know Tamron makes like a
35
35 to 180.
35 to 150.
Or no, they make a 28.
They have a 35 to 150,
Hold on.
and that lens is amazing.
Yeah.
I've shot with it a couple times.
So I just looked today at, can I see my browsing history? There we go.
35 to 150. It's a 2.0 to 2.8.
Yeah, I don't need the 2.0 because I don't shoot people, but like they make a 28 to 200, f2.8 to 5.6.
Yeah.
So if I had the 17 to 28 and then the 28 to 200, I
guess you could do it that way.
Then I don't need the 75 to 180.
Right.
I just have 2 lenses instead of 3.
That is true.
And I'm just curious if anybody watching or anybody that listens to this after the fact has any experience with that Tamron 28 to 200. I'd really like to know. Rather than, I mean, I can look up pictures on Flickr and all that, but I just want to know how it handles. Is it snappy focus? Is it loud if you do video? I don't know. Jerry's over there watching girls twerk on Instagram or something.
I was trying to find that damn lens.
But yeah, so I'm just kind of curious about that.
Share, man.
Put them up.
Share my pictures. Where they at? How I do this? I ain't did this in a while. This is different.
Yeah. I regret buying that 75 to 180 now.
You gotta go to present now? Yeah.
Because going to Iceland, it'd be nice to take just like 2 lenses.
Bam. All right, so let's start off with a little small town trip. This was shot with Jamie's Fuji XE4,
XE3
with the pancake lens, right?
Yeah.
What lens is that? What's the range? What's the range on it?
28.
28 mil.
Yep.
Okay. So Jamie was nice enough to let me, because I was in the process of again looking for a street camera, and I was thinking the X100V, and then I was like, yeah, but you can't change lenses. Maybe a EX4. And then I was like, well, Jamie's got, I thought you had the EX2. I was like, I think Jamie's got the EX2. I'll tell him to bring that. Let me try that. So I was shooting with that day. And this was just a little closed up ice cream shop that's in town. And I like shooting ice cream shops because I like ice cream. And so kind of a, little cross.
It'd be fun to come back and shoot that one in the summer at night
with people there. And
yeah.
I don't think them signs light up, but still a cool building. The red pops off the white, so I thought it was a cool shot. This was outside of an apartment building, and I just thought the green door with the cages or the mesh window covers with the white rocker was kind of cool, and then the address, of course, all the 420 people will enjoy that, and the little ashtray down in the corner. And I thought that was a pretty cool shot.
Hey, Jason Gotti just dropped in to say hi. You gonna sell him your Sony?
I don't know, man. Now let's go here. Chicago. These are all shot with my iPhone. So this is I'm standing in the intersection right under the Sears Tower. So this was shot with my iPhone and edited in Lightroom Mobile. This was another iPhone shot. That's Mike going. I told him he looked like Antifa, and walking up to the train. And so I just thought it kind of looked like a SWAT photo or something. But I was like, this looks pretty cool. So I snapped that shot of him going up. This was edited in Lightroom on my desktop. And then I have another iPhone shot of the Chicago theater. It was kind of cool because it rained all day.
Yeah.
And so I got some reflection on the ground. I just held the phone upside down and put it right on the ground pretty much and waited for this dude to get across the street and snapped a few. And this was also edited on my laptop. But I like the way those turned out. And that is all I got for the week.
Nice. So Dwayne's saying that the XE4 is basically an X100V, but you can swap the lenses.
Swap the lenses, right. And that was one of the reasons why I asked to shoot Jamie's, because I was like, I like the X100V, but if I sell all my Sony shit, then at some point I'm gonna want a zoom lens.
Right.
So I was like, if I go XE4, then I can always throw the pancake lens on there and then buy a zoom lens and just keep it at the house if I ever need it.
I wonder
but then
what
the XE4 still wasn't small enough for what I'm looking for. So,
well, if you sell the Sony stuff, you should have enough to get an XE4 and the GR3.
Right.
For sure. You should be able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might just keep it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's the big struggle.
I'm always doing something dumb.
It's a big struggle.
I'll sell all that shit, then I'll be like, damn, I should have sold it.
Yeah, if you get the X100V again, that's going to be hilarious. That'll be the third
time. Right.
But maybe
I don't know, man. I ordered a messenger bag today.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, dude, the X100V will fit in the messenger bag.
Oh, for sure.
I won't need to put it in my pocket if I got the bag on me. So I was thinking of that on my way home. I'm like, damn, I should probably just buy another X100V.
Nice. Laura likes your theater shot Laura. There from Chicago.
Check out what?
Daido Moriyama. He shoots a lot of Grand Rapids. A lot of GR.
A lot of GR. I think somebody was telling me about that name. What the hell is that, dude?
Jerry's having some technical issues.
Ew.
Daido Moriyama, and he's Japanese photographer. I'm sorry, I gotta Google it now, Wayne. So.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna look him up now and save him.
Maybe after this Iceland trip, Japan's next. Hey, it's
Japan. I want to go to Japan.
It's Jeff. Haven't seen him in a hot minute. What's going on, Jeff? No. I can't even talk. Japan is high on my list. Very high.
Yeah, me too. So he's got I see his name 4 or 5 times on there. That's a fan page. So the foundation, it says official, but we know how that goes.
I'm on his website. Just go to Moriyama Daido.
Yeah, I'll have to do that because I don't even think any of these are his accounts.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff on his website.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, the fan page, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Very cool. It's funny. I'm just
What up, Z-Man?
Actually, let me just do this. There we go. So now you guys can see what I'm looking at. So this is Daido's gallery, if I'm pronouncing his name right. But so this looks like it's Shinjuku in Japan. Just kind of want to see some color, but I'm guessing that. Oh well, I guess I'm wrong. I was thinking this gentleman does not shoot color, but we do have color on his feed. So these are all shot with the GR3.
Those were?
Yeah. Yep. There's no way to zoom in on it, but I'm pretty sure he's holding a GR3 in that shot. I don't know about that one. But dig his work. I like that shot. That shot's cool.
Randomness, man.
Street shooting.
Yep.
Pretty much it. But yeah. So I'll be interested, like I said, see if you get that, what it's like shooting with it.
I'm more than likely I'm gonna buy it. I don't know. I gotta see, man.
See, I don't shoot a ton with my phone, so I'm not in the habit of like holding a camera out to shoot. I'm used
Yeah.
to. I'm always wanting to do this,
Right.
but I guess if I had something like that, then I wouldn't have to wear glasses all the time because I could hold my camera out at arm's length and see the
Right.
screen and be
Right.
able to shoot with it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's different.
Yeah.
I shoot with my phone all the time. So
Yeah.
for me, the viewfinder, not having a viewfinder is not a big deal.
Yeah.
The battery life, not a big deal to me. I snap a couple and turn the camera off. So
That's what I do too. I mean, anymore, which is kind of unnecessary. I think most of the cameras I have, the battery lasts long enough, and I have the power setting so that it powers down, but I'm still in the habit of, as I'm walking, flipping the button off.
And Dwayne is right. They do make a optical viewfinder for it that goes in the hot shoe.
Gotcha. So kind of like what Olympus did way back in the day.
What was that? The ELPs or whatever they were?
Yeah, the old pens had them.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Honestly,
and if you get the Street Edition, it's matching color and
nice. I am pretty certain I saw someone shooting with, it was either that Ricoh GR or a Fuji, and they had the Olympus viewfinder thing in their hot shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a big time photographer too. I can't remember who the hell it was.
Dwayne, did I miss anything on that camera's features? I don't think I did. It's not packed with a ton of stuff, but
yeah,
it's got everything you need. You know what I mean?
It looked like the shutter button was funky because it was like underneath this like rubber.
It's pill shaped.
But it's like rubber, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's plastic. But it's just pill shaped. It's long.
Oh.
It's not a circle.
No, Dwayne says it's definitely packed. No, I just thought that shutter button looked like it was like underneath like a rubberized, like weather sealed cover or something. But
oh no,
it's just pill shaped.
Yeah, it's pill shaped.
Unique. All right, I really don't have a whole lot to share on this show. I think it was mostly I was just kind of interested to.
Well, this was a spare of the moment thing. We talked about this while we were out shooting the other day. We're like, let's do a show next weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
Show some of these pictures.
So, yeah. So hold on, let me pull this up here real quick. So if anybody just happens to be in Iceland in May,
Jamie will be there.
My sons and I will be there from the 13th through the 19th. So, yeah, there's that. Kind of pumped on that. I guess I'll probably talk about that more as I get closer, maybe to go over kind of how I am packing for Iceland and what my plan is, what my travel plans are as far as how I picked where I'm going and stuff like that. I think I'll have it more, I don't know, dialed in. My full itinerary will be done by then. But right now I've just gone so far as to book accommodations and our flights in a rental car. So
nice.
That's about it. And now I'm looking like, now I'm starting to think I should have booked like 2 nights in Vik, because it's kind of close to some stuff I want to see. But man, staying there is like, it's more to stay there than it is in Reykjavik.
Really?
And Reykjavik's not cheap. Yeah, I was looking at places.
Vik, east side?
Vik is kind of south.
South?
Yeah, it's south. So like you got, I'll do it backwards for the camera, but you have Reykjavik and then you've got Vik and then like some of the stuff I want to see up here further to the east.
Yeah.
Like Eystrahorn and Vestrahorn or whatever they are, but in the black Diamond Beach and some of that stuff. No, I'm not eating fermented shark. We just talked about that the other day. We were out. Where were we at, Shelly, when we were talking about shark?
That was me and you.
Was it you and I?
Yeah, we were at that barbecue place.
Dinner, I think. You and Carter.
Yeah, it was the other night we were eating dinner too. So it got brought up twice in the last week eating fermented shark. Because we were talking about like.
I think you're gonna do it.
I don't think I will.
I've seen you eat some nasty shit.
I know.
I'm gonna do it.
And it's funny because I said that to Shelly and Carter the other night. I said, I'll try just about anything, but man, fermented shark, I don't know if I can pull that one off. I really don't at all. So, no, it's not going to happen.
If you do, just make sure you record it.
I'll be throwing up on a Facebook Live. It's probably what'll happen. So yeah. But yeah, so far though, it's just watch Dwayne says watching the shark gag videos is hilarious. I know. That's I've observed that and I know for a fact I'm not gonna do that. So I mean maybe for TikTok, my cat is or Shelly's cat's at like
Yeah, you gotta
8.5 million views now. So
gotta beat the cat.
You gotta beat the cat. Nothing beats a cat on the internet, dude. Nothing beats a cat on the internet. But yeah, so anyways, that's the plan. My sons and I will be there from the 13th to the 19th, and we're home basing in Reykjavik, like on the far east side, right on this lake, and then we'll do easy day jaunts. But I've got plans to go over to Glacier Lagoon and some of those other places, and from Reykjavik, I'm looking at like 6 hours one way. So that doesn't make sense. So I'm just trying to find a place to at least spend one night in Vik. But anyway, so there's that. Yeah.
And while you're there, me and Dwayne will be in Detroit shooting our Ricos.
There you go. Somebody's got to hold down the fort in Michigan.
That's right.
So I think I'm going to roll out. I know it really wasn't a super photography packed thing. Actually, hold on. I got something I want to share. So I know that wintertime becomes like this big. I don't know.
Winter. We haven't had no.
Well, so in the Midwest, wintertime becomes this big depressing blob of time, and it's hard to get out and shoot for a lot of people. I mean, I didn't used to have a problem, but it seems like the last 3 or 4 years, winter just really takes it out of me as far as wanting to go shoot. And I think this year is the most I've struggled with having some kind of a creative outlet. And I think that's what Midjourney has turned into for me, is like, even though technically I'm not like creating this, the software is this algorithm, this AI, but I'm still able to like come up with ideas in my head and have to articulate them in words and then see what it creates. And
it's addicting.
Yeah. And then it spits it out and then I can put it in Photoshop. Fun. It's a blast. But like what I wanted to show is like, there are other outlets, and this one kind of came from out of nowhere in my household. And it's, so Shelly's been doing these coloring books, and she draws all this stuff on her iPad and makes these books. It's sick. Like I sit here, I watch her every night. She does like 25 pages in a week on these books. And I just wanted to show it. It's like, again, just because it's another way to create and have like a creative outlet or whatever, you know.
In crappy Michigan January and February.
And we're all creatives in one form or another, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of cool to see that she's got this creative outlet now, and I'm totally plugging the shit out of it. But so if anybody's into like adult coloring books, because I mean, a couple of her books for sure are like anybody coloring books, like these first two are for sure like anybody can do them. But she's got some other ones that are definitely more adult themed that you probably don't want your kids coloring, maybe. I don't know, unless you're like a ghetto hood rat trailer park parent or whatever. But I hope I'm not offending anybody out there. But you know
Jamie
what I mean?
Said it, not me.
Yeah, they're very adult themed in blue, which is fun. There's been a couple of nights where she like says, "Hey," and she holds up her iPad, and I'm like, "Oh."
She's like, "Hey, take off your clothes."
Yeah, I'm not even gonna respond to that because I know what's in some of these other coloring books coming out, and I don't want people making any kind of assumptions and stuff or whatever. But whatever. But anyways, just wanted to share that. But if you're interested in those, if you just go over to Amazon's where she sells them, and just type in Shelly Dean coloring, and you can choose like the department. You just choose craft, hobbies, and home, and they're like, that's where all the coloring books are at. But it's pretty cool. There's some cool stuff over there. It's fun to watch her create. I'm interested to see how she is back out with a camera in her hand in a couple of weeks when we're in Hawaii. The vacation isn't about taking photos though, but if the opportunity presents itself, we're for sure going to take photos.
I'm sure you guys will get a lot of photos, man.
Yeah. I think I'm more excited to shoot video almost. We'll see when I get there though. It'll probably change. But right now I'm pretty pumped on the thought of recording a ton of video content.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can do that and not even be taking pictures, you know?
Yeah. I just hit start, and just start walking around. But I'm gonna try and do some underwater video with the GoPro and stuff too, and the tough cameras when we're snorkeling. And my drone. Shelly's like, your drone. Because I got to remember, it's going to be good to have her there because she's going to say, have you got the drone out yet? Because I take it on every freaking trip and it just never comes out of the bag.
Right.
I took it.
They get like that after they get about 2 weeks old.
That's the rub. I mean,
we both have, how many?
Right?
I've had 2-3 drones.
Same. And it's,
right.
and you get that first couple of times, it's funny though. Cause like, where's he at? Jeremy Clark was in here earlier. I mean, okay, so there's somebody who has a drone that uses it. Need to find out what the secret is. But yeah, I mean, I took it. Shelly and I went on that big road trip out west last summer, like 10 days all over half the United States. Took my drone. It never came out of the bag. I took it to Oregon with Mark. I took it to Utah with my kids. Like I've taken it everywhere and I never use it. So this time I'm coming back with some footage. If I don't, call me out on it. And I put my GoPro on my hot shoe. I have the setup for that too. So we'll see if I do that. I'm thinking I've got plans, Dwayne. I've got plans. I'm hoping I follow through with them. All right, folks. Well, that's all I got. I don't know. What about you, Jer?
That's all I got, man.
That's all you got. All right, it's time to put my feet up and relax. We'll see you guys on the next episode. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, especially since we gave you just only like a couple of hours of notice on a Friday night. Right. You guys take care.
Spending your Friday evening with us.
See you guys.